Okay, and then on to our question / comment of the day. I did get this one from, there was someone who commented that, you like financial advisors will be out of a job in 3 years. I can do everything with AI. And so I just want to riff on this for a second. I like AI for the most part, right? I use it a lot in different things. Um, and right now, I definitely would not trust it to do financial planning. I try using it to check things like tax law and look up things, investments, and all that. And it hallucinates, is what it's called. Right? It makes mistakes a lot, like something like 20% of the time. So you ask it like a tax fact, and it will be 100% certain. Like, here it is. Here's the rate. Here's how it's taxed, and it will just be dead wrong because it's pulling from information. Sometimes it's pulling from, like, it'll pull from an article that's 3 years old, but the new tax law wiped it out, right? But it's not pulling from a more recent source, and so it what it says maybe was true, but isn't true anymore. And so I would be very cautious on taking full financial advice from AI right now. Now, I also recognize that that's probably temporary, and they'll get better at that. And AI is going to keep improving, and eventually you're going to ask ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or Perplexity or whatever else. Right? You're going to be able to ask it questions, and its hallucinations are going to be down to 1 or 2%. I don't know if it'll ever be perfect, but it'll get really good. And some people have argued, well, hey, advisors probably make mistakes 1 or 2% of the time too, so that's about the same, and that might be true. And so I think that can be great, but AI is still going to be the same as trying to do your own planning with like DIY financial planning tools, right? Or doing your own taxes, in that it's only as good as the input you put in. That's it. If you don't put in all the right context and all the right information, it's going to give you a good answer for what you gave it, but you were missing a lot of key context, right? And so, for example, like I don't personally like using email. I get tons of emails, and I don't like spending a lot of time in it. And some people say that they dash off. Some of my clients will just dash off a simple question to me. They think is a simple question, but it'll take me like 20 minutes to answer it. Why? Because if you just needed a simple answer to, hey, what's the standard deduction this year, you can just Google that, right? And I could just tell you if that was your question. But a lot of times it seems simple, but I have to go back and review all their stuff because I need all the context of all the client's information to say what they should do, right? Even just today, so a client had emailed and said, hey, I need $20,000 fast for an emergency, right? And I wasn't just like, yeah, done. Here you go. Here's your 20,000, right? I have to go quickly finish off their tax projections, see which accounts to pull it from. Then inside of there, which assets should we sell if they're up or down or sideways, all these different things, right? And so it still took us 30 minutes to make sure that we identified correctly, and we did. And like the initial thing would have been wrong, and we would have cost them a bunch of taxes. But by taking more time and applying all that context to them, we were able to pull it in a way where they actually say, because you want to do it out of one account, but we actually it'll save them like $1,500 by doing it the way we did it instead of the way that he initially kind of asked for it. And so that context, knowing all that stuff, and that really only comes from going real deep with clients so we understand everything they have going on so that we can give those thoroughly correct answers when people ask stuff. And if you just say, hey, what's the best investment for me as a retiree? It'll spit out an answer, but it's not really taking everything into account. And so I don't know that you're ever going to get to the point where you as a person, not that no one can do it. There are some people who can do their own financial planning fairly successfully. But I think the average person does not want to know enough about finances to make sure that they're putting the right prompts into AI to get the right answers back, right? And lastly, I would say, right, that if the market's down 40% and clients have seen their $1 million that took them a lifetime to accumulate drop by $400,000, and they ask AI, hey, should I sell? And AI says, no, you should stay the course. I'm not confident that some words on a screen are going to make people do that and avoid making the biggest mistake of their life, which is to panic and sell low, right? But a real person would have a much better chance of doing that. And so you can save all the money in the world on not paying for financial advisors and whatnot, because you can do it for free on AI. But if you make even one mistake, the stakes are pretty high when you've reached your pinnacle life savings. And I'm not sure that the marginal savings, either just the little things that real professionals can do, real experts can do for you, and let alone helping you avoid some much bigger mistakes. I'm not sure that's going to make up for those savings. So I'm glad that that AI is giving more resources to more people and they can do more with it. I don't think that real financial planners like myself and many others will ever get replaced. There'll be a whole bunch of garbage like financial professionals who just sell stuff and don't really know anything, and they'll all be out of a job and they'll be replaced by AI, and that's fine. But I think the real planners that know people, know all the context, are a real person that people can talk to, that you can sit across, look in the eye with, have a conversation. And I don't think we're really in danger of being replaced. So, for whatever that's worth, definitely use AI. It's awesome if used in the right way. It also can be dangerous. And so I hope it keeps getting better. I hope the hallucinations cut down because that'll help me out. But I'm not really worried about it. So I disagree with your out of a job in 3 years. So we're here for you if you are close to retirement or in retirement, right? My whole goal is to be your retirement mentor, right? Retire mentorship, your mentor to and through retirement, helping you retire successfully and stay successfully retired.